My beloved brothers and sisters, today we speak about something that touches every heart at some point in life, marriage. The question many young people ask is, what is the best age to get married? Subhanallah, it's a question that carries so much weight, yet so many misunderstand it. You see, my brothers and sisters, marriage is not a race that one must win early, nor is it a burden that one must carry late. It is a divine partnership, a journey written by the Almighty long before you and I were even born. And so, when we ask, what is the best age? We must understand the best age is not marked by the years we've lived, but by the maturity of our hearts and the strength of our faith. Many rush into marriage because society says, you're getting older. Others delay it endlessly because they're chasing perfection. But both extremes miss the essence. Marriage is not about age, it's about readiness. It's about being prepared to give, to forgive, to grow together, and to walk through life hand in hand with compassion and mercy. Life, my beloved brothers and sisters, is a divine journey, a path carefully designed by the Almighty for each and every one of us. Along this path, there are stages, moments, and milestones that shape who we are and who we become. Marriage is one of those sacred milestones. Not merely a social contract, but a spiritual covenant, a union built upon love, mercy, and understanding. When we ask about the best age to get married, we must first understand that marriage is not about ticking off a box or following a worldly timeline. It is about recognizing where we stand in our personal journey toward faith, purpose, and emotional stability. You see, many people think that once they reach a certain age, they must be ready for marriage. But age, my brothers and sisters, does not always define readiness. There are those who are young in years but mature in their understanding of responsibility and patience. And there are others who may be older but still struggling to comprehend what it means to truly share a life with another soul. The divine journey of life teaches us that readiness for marriage is not found in the number of birthdays we've celebrated, but in the lessons we've learned, the values we've embraced, and the strength we've built within our hearts. Marriage, in its essence, is an act of worship. It is a means through which we fulfill half of our faith. It demands that we live with kindness, forgive with sincerity, and love with humility. To be prepared for marriage, one must have walked enough of life's journey to understand these values deeply. One must know how to navigate challenges, how to control anger, how to speak with gentleness, and how to put another's needs before their own. These are not qualities that appear overnight. They are cultivated through reflection, struggle, and growth, all of which are part of the divine plan. When we say that life is a divine journey, we are reminded that every experience, good or bad, shapes us for the roles we are destined to play. Every trial teaches patience, every success teaches gratitude, every disappointment strengthens faith. And so, when the Almighty brings two souls together in marriage, it is not by coincidence. It is a continuation of two journeys that have been guided by Him all along. The best age to marry, therefore, cannot be dictated by numbers or norms, but by where we stand spiritually and emotionally on this sacred path designed by our Creator. In today's world, my beloved brothers and sisters, so many people make decisions about marriage not based on wisdom or readiness, but on the heavy weight of societal pressure. From a young age, we are told when we should get married, who we should marry, and what kind of life we should have after marriage. These expectations are not always rooted in truth or faith. They are shaped by culture, comparison, and fear of judgment. But when we live to please society instead of the Almighty, we lose sight of the true purpose of this sacred union. The question of the best age to get married cannot be answered by social standards, because society changes its opinions like the wind, while divine wisdom remains constant and eternal. My brothers and sisters, many rush into marriage because they fear being left behind. They hear the whispers, she's getting older, he's still not married. What will people say? And they start to feel anxious, as if marriage were a race to be won before everyone else crosses the finish line. Others on the opposite side delay marriage indefinitely, waiting for the perfect career, the perfect income, or the perfect partner, because society tells them that success and status must come first. Both of these approaches, driven by pressure rather than understanding, can lead to regret, dissatisfaction, and even emotional harm. The divine perspective on marriage, however, teaches us something different. It tells us that marriage is not a social event, it is an act of faith. It is a commitment between two individuals who come together to build a life grounded in mercy, patience, and trust in Allah. When we let societal norms dictate our decisions, we allow temporary voices to silence the eternal guidance of our Creator. The best decisions in life are not those made to please people, but those made to seek the pleasure of Allah. We must remind ourselves that every person's journey is unique. What works for one may not work for another. Some may find their partner early in life, while others may find theirs later, and both are perfectly fine. What matters most is not when you marry, but why you marry and how you approach it. To marry out of fear, pressure, or comparison is to remove the element of divine wisdom from your life story. But to marry when your heart is ready, your intentions are pure, and your trust is placed in Allah, is to follow the path that He has written for you. The path that leads not only to companionship in this world, but also to blessings in the hereafter. My beloved brothers and sisters, when we speak about the best age to get married, we often forget that marriage is not defined by numbers, but by maturity. Maturity is not something that comes with age, it comes with understanding, reflection, and growth. Two people of the same age can be worlds apart in their readiness for marriage. One may have learned patience, empathy, and sacrifice through life's experiences, while the other may still be struggling to understand the meaning of responsibility. The truth is, the best age to marry is the age at which a person has developed the wisdom to handle the weight of this sacred bond. Marriage is not simply about sharing a home or a name, it is about sharing a life, the joys, the struggles, the ups and the downs. It requires a heart that knows how to love with mercy and a mind that knows how to respond with reason. Many young people think that love alone is enough, but love without maturity becomes unstable. True love in marriage is built upon understanding, patience, and forgiveness, qualities that only a mature heart can offer. The Quran reminds us that marriage is a bond of tranquility, mercy, and compassion. These are not emotions that come naturally. They are cultivated through spiritual and emotional growth. Maturity means being able to handle differences without breaking trust. It means being able to communicate without shouting, to apologize without pride, and to forgive without keeping score. It is knowing that marriage will not always be easy, but choosing to stand firm through storms with grace and faith. When a person reaches that level of understanding, that is when they are truly ready for marriage, no matter what age they are. Sometimes people rush into marriage because they think time is running out, or they delay it because they think they need to achieve everything first. But both forget that what truly matters is not the when but the who you are at that moment. Are you prepared to be a source of comfort and strength for another person? Are you ready to compromise, to grow, and to nurture love even in difficult times? These are the real signs of readiness. So, my dear brothers and sisters, maturity over age means that the best time for marriage is when one's heart has learned humility, one's mind has embraced responsibility, and one's soul understands that marriage is not just about companionship, but about fulfilling a divine purpose with sincerity, compassion, and faith. My beloved brothers and sisters, before we go out searching for the right person to marry, we must first pause and ask ourselves a vital question. Am I the right person? Too often, people spend their time making long lists of what they want in a spouse. They want kindness, patience, honesty, beauty, or wealth, yet they rarely stop to ask if they themselves embody those same qualities. The truth is, marriage is a mirror. What you bring into it often reflects back at you. If your heart is filled with kindness, you attract kindness. If you live with sincerity, you attract sincerity. But if your heart is clouded with arrogance, selfishness, or neglect of faith, it becomes difficult to find peace even in the most perfect of partners. Preparing the heart for marriage is not about material readiness alone. It is about spiritual and emotional readiness. It means working on one's character, strengthening one's faith, and developing the ability to care, to listen, and to forgive. Many people believe that marriage will fix their loneliness, heal their insecurities, or give them happiness. But my brothers and sisters, marriage does not create happiness. It magnifies what is already there. If a person is content, patient, and God-conscious before marriage, those qualities will shine even brighter within it. If a person is restless, ungrateful, or careless with words before marriage, those weaknesses will also appear more clearly after it. To prepare the heart means to purify one's intentions. Why do you want to get married? Is it because everyone else is doing it? Because you fear being alone? Or because you sincerely wish to build a home based on love and mercy for the sake of Allah? When the intention is pure, Allah places barakah, divine blessing, in that union. But when marriage is sought for worldly reasons alone, it often brings more trials than peace. That is why self-preparation is so important. It allows one to approach marriage not as a need to be fulfilled, but as a gift to be shared. Before seeking the right partner, strive to become a person of value, someone whose presence brings comfort, whose words bring calm, and whose actions reflect faith. The best spouse is not the one who demands perfection, but the one who strives for goodness within themselves and encourages it in their partner. So, my dear brothers and sisters, the journey to finding the right person begins not with searching outward, but with looking inward, polishing the heart, refining the soul, and aligning one's intentions with the will of the Almighty. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest lessons in life and in marriage is learning to trust in the timing of the Almighty. In our fast-paced world, everyone wants things to happen quickly: careers, success, love, and marriage. People begin to worry when things do not unfold according to their own plans, forgetting that the one who created time controls it perfectly. The desire to get married is natural, but when it becomes mixed with impatience and doubt, it can lead to disappointment and unnecessary pain. The best age to marry is not something we decide on our own. It is something that unfolds through divine wisdom, at the moment written for us by the Almighty long before we were born. Trusting in divine timing means accepting that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what is not meant for you will never reach you, no matter how much you chase it. Some people meet their life partner early, others much later, and both are part of the divine plan. We often see others getting married and start comparing our lives to theirs, thinking that we are falling behind. But my brothers and sisters, how can anyone be behind when they are walking on a path written specifically for them by the Creator of the heavens and the earth? Each soul has its own timeline, its own lessons to learn, and its own moments of growth before being united with the person destined for them. Sometimes delays are not denials, they are protection. Allah may delay a marriage because one is not yet ready, or because the person destined for them is still being prepared. He may withhold something temporarily to give something far better later. When we understand this, our hearts find peace even in waiting. Instead of asking, why not now? We begin to say, whenever you will, oh Allah, I trust your plan. That kind of surrender brings serenity that no worldly timeline can offer. Faith and trust in divine timing also mean making effort while remaining patient. We cannot sit back and expect things to fall into place without trying, but we also cannot force them before their time. There is beauty in balance, striving with hope while trusting the outcome to Allah. So my dear brothers and sisters, when it comes to marriage, the key is to prepare, to pray, and then to let go of anxiety. For when your heart trusts in the Almighty's timing, you will realize that everything happens at the exact moment it is meant to, and that divine timing is never late. It is always perfect. My beloved brothers and sisters, when we speak about marriage and the question of the best age to get married, one truth stands above all: success in marriage is not achieved through wealth, beauty, or status. It is achieved through faith. When a person builds their life upon faith, everything that follows gains direction and meaning. Marriage is not only the union of two people, it is the joining of two souls under the guidance and blessings of the Almighty. Without faith at the center, a marriage becomes like a house built on sand. It may look beautiful from the outside, but it cannot withstand the storms of life. Faith gives strength to endure challenges that every couple will inevitably face. No marriage is without its tests, misunderstandings, disagreements, moments of weakness. But when faith is present, it reminds both partners to respond with patience, humility, and forgiveness. A person of faith does not rush to anger, does not let pride destroy peace, and does not give up when things become difficult. Instead, they turn to prayer, they seek guidance from Allah, and they strive to restore love through compassion. It is faith that transforms trials into opportunities for growth and draws two hearts closer instead of pushing them apart. Many people today focus on worldly qualifications when seeking a spouse, how successful they are, how they look, what they own. Yet they forget that these things fade with time. What truly sustains a marriage is faith, character, and good conduct. The Prophet reminded us that if a person's faith and character please you, then marry them, for these are the qualities that keep a marriage strong. Faith teaches honesty, loyalty, and mercy, and these are the foundations upon which a peaceful home is built. Faith also teaches gratitude. When we remember that every blessing, including our spouse, is a gift from Allah, we begin to appreciate rather than complain. We see our partner not as a burden to tolerate, but as a companion to cherish. Even in difficult moments, faith reminds us to be thankful and to seek the Almighty's help. When both husband and wife live with that mindset, their relationship becomes one of mutual respect and spiritual companionship, where both are striving toward the same goal, the pleasure of Allah. So, my beloved brothers and sisters, in the matter of marriage, let faith lead the way. When two hearts are united through faith, they find peace even in hardship. And when faith remains the foundation of their relationship, their bond is blessed in this world and elevated in the next.